AI, it seems like it's everywhere these days, right? But are we really using it to its full potential?
Right.
That's what we're going to be diving into today with UX expert Dr. Jacob Nielsen.
Yeah.
You might know him as the founder of UX Tigers, but he's also like this leading voice in AI,
Absolutely.
especially for us UX professionals.
Yeah. One of the things I find so fascinating about Dr. Nielsen's work is how he really pushes us to kind of rethink those assumptions about AI. For example, like remember that whole AI as an intern metaphor that was like everywhere in early 2023?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Nielsen is saying that that's already outdated.
Outdated.
Yeah,
That's a bold statement. But I mean, it has been evolving so fast.
it really has. Nielsen actually calls this the AI scaling law. And basically what this means is that every couple of years, we're seeing this whole new generation of AI capabilities.
Wow.
So back in 2023, we were working with what he compares to kind of like a smart high schooler, you know, full of potential,
Yeah.
but needs a lot of guidance still. But fast forward just to 2025.
So now we're talking like a college grad,
Exactly.
maybe even with multiple degrees under their belt.
Exactly. And by 2027, Nielsen predicts that AI is going to be operating on par with a team of 200 PhDs.
Okay, that's both impressive and like a tiny bit intimidating, right? Like 200 PhDs working alongside me on this project. I think I need a serious coffee refill.
Yeah, you and me both.
So, okay, Nielsen's not just talking about how quickly it's advancing though, right? He's also giving us like these practical frameworks for actually like harnessing this power.
He is.
So he says we need to move beyond that simplistic intern metaphor and embrace this more nuanced view.
Yes.
Think of AI as a coworker,
Yes,
a teacher, even a coach.
absolutely. And I really like where you're going with this because it's not just AI, doing our work for us.
Right.
This is about different ways we can collaborate with AI, learn from it,
Right.
and really kind of use it as this tool to enhance our own abilities.
Yeah. So let's unpack these metaphors a little bit.
Okay.
Starting with AI as coworker. What does that actually look like in practice, especially for someone in like the UX field?
Yeah. So imagine this. You're working on a new website design,
Okay.
and you need to analyze like thousands of user sessions to understand why people are abandoning their shopping carts at checkout. So instead of spending hours sifting through all of that data yourself, your AI coworker can come in and do a lot of that heavy lifting for you.
Oh, nice.
So it can identify patterns, pinpoint those friction points, and even suggest some potential solutions, all while you're focusing on kind of the bigger picture.
It's like having a coworker who actually enjoys digging into that data
Right.
and can like uncover those hidden insights that it would take us forever to find.
Exactly. And it really frees you up then to kind of do what we as humans do best,
Yeah.
right? Applying those insights creatively, strategizing solutions,
Yeah.
and really focusing on those human-centered aspects of design that AI, I think, still can't quite grasp.
Right. Like that human element.
Yeah,
It's more like a true partnership than, right,
absolutely.
leveraging each other's strengths. Okay. I'm sold on the AI coworker.
Yeah.
What about AI as teacher?
Okay.
I'm always trying to like expand my UX skill set.
Sure.
How can AI help me like learn more effectively?
Well, so imagine this. You're trying to master like this new UX research methodology,
Okay.
but you're short on time. And frankly, some of those academic papers on this are just like,
Oh, yeah.
they make your head spin.
Totally.
So your AI teacher can kind of step in here and create this personalized learning plan
Oh, wow.
just for you.
Okay, so that sounds amazing. No more like wading through dense research articles or trying to piece together, information from a million different sources.
Exactly. And it's like having this curated library of knowledge, right?
Nice.
Customized to your specific learning style and your pace.
That's cool.
And, you need a quick explanation of a concept. Your AI teacher can give that to you right when you need it and in a way that makes sense to you.
It's like having a personal tutor
Yeah,
who can explain these like complex ideas in a way that like clicks for you.
exactly.
And we're not just talking about basic UX concepts here, right? This could be like anything I want to learn.
Yeah,
Even like the most niche, cutting edge, like UX tools and techniques.
absolutely. And think about how this could like revolutionize how we approach professional development,
Yeah,
in the future.
totally.
Like, let's say you need to get up to speed on the latest accessibility guidelines for VR interfaces.
Right.
Boom, your AI teacher's got you covered.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've got AI as like this tireless coworker
Yeah.
and this like infinitely patient teacher.
Right.
What about those of us who like consider ourselves experts in our field? Is there still a place for AI in our workflow then?
Absolutely. And that's where AI as coach comes in.
Okay.
So think of it like this. Even the most seasoned athlete still relies on a coach, right?
Right.
To help them analyze their performance, identify areas for improvement,
Okay.
and push them to reach that next level.
Okay. I'm seeing the parallel here.
Yeah,
We might be experts in our own rights, but even experts have blind spots in areas where we can improve.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And AI can provide that objective, data-driven feedback
Yeah.
that can help us see our work from a fresh perspective.
I like that.
So let's say you're developing a user interface for a complex web application.
Something tells me you've got like a really concrete example up your sleeve.
You know me too well.
Right, like it's like having an AI usability expert just like looking over your shoulder,
Yeah.
but without the judgmental stares.
Exactly. And it's not just about catching those potential problems either,
Yeah.
you know? Your AI coach can actually suggest improvements that maybe you didn't even consider.
Oh, wow.
Like imagine using an AI-powered heat mapping tool
Okay.
that doesn't just show you where people are clicking, but it actually like predicts which design elements are most likely to distract users from your call to action.
Now that's what I call actionable feedback.
Right.
It's not just like pointing out the problems, it's helping us understand like the why behind the user behavior
Yeah.
and giving us those concrete steps to actually like improve that user experience.
Yeah, and think about the time savings here.
Right.
Imagine how much faster you could iterate on designs optimized for conversions
Yeah.
with that AI coach kind of by your side.
So we've explored AI as coworker, teacher, and coach. We have,
Each metaphor kind of highlighting a different way that we can leverage its power.
yeah,
And it seems like the key takeaway here is that there's no like one-size-fits-all approach.
I completely agree. And, Dr. Nielsen really emphasizes that we shouldn't limit ourselves to just a single metaphor or a single way of thinking about AI.
Yeah.
The real magic happens when we start experimenting with different approaches, different tools,
Right.
different ways of integrating it into our UX workflows.
It's about finding the right tool for the job,
Yeah,
or maybe even combining multiple AI tools and approaches
absolutely.
to create something that's like truly personalized.
Exactly.
And it's not just about being more efficient or productive either, right?
Right.
It's about like pushing the boundaries of what's possible in UX. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The more comfortable we become using AI in these diverse ways,
Yeah.
the more we can really free ourselves up to focus on, I think, those truly human aspects of UX,
Okay.
like creativity, empathy, and truly understanding the needs and desires of our users.
So as UX professionals, our challenge is to like embrace these new AI capabilities,
Yeah.
not as a threat, but like as an opportunity
Totally.
to elevate our skills
Yeah.
and design even more human-centered experiences.
Precisely. And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the one to discover that next groundbreaking AI metaphor, next game-changing way to integrate AI into their design process.
Now that's something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Until next time, keep experimenting,
Yes.
keep learning,
Yep.
and keep pushing those boundaries of what's possible with AI.